Nerd Takes.
Nerd Takes.
I'm Justin.
And I'm John.
We are here to talk about, as you can see in front of you, the Thomas Handy Sazerac Straight Rye Whiskey 2021 edition.
Nice.
Have you had one of these before?
I've had Orf's. I think it was a 16.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
Very good.
It was very good.
We had his in our first trip to Arkansas.
It was a couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited to try this and share kind of what a bottle like this is and if it's worth it, and
a little bit of the history on it, too.
a little bit of the history, a lot of it.
Yeah.
So this is distilled by Buffalo Trace. It's considered a BTAC, Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Summary, first of all, there's so much information on Buffalo Trace's website. And then, this is super cool, there also is a link to all of the BTACs and the Handy tab especially, where you can find the Thomas H. Handy tab especially.
Nope. That's the other one.
Where you can leave it in, where you can find a PDF of every single year's release. And when you download it, the PDF has two things. It's like a letter. Thanks for getting this.
Oh no!
Be
Yeah,
really excited.
Like the legit ones, they come with letters. Yeah,
Yeah,
because they have the paper. Because I think Orf still has one that's actually in the paper. Because he had two, and then the letter. Yeah,
yeah, and then with also the second page of the letter is all of the notes, distilling, aging, all those kind of things. So I do not have that
nerd details,
which I'm gonna share.
Yeah.
And I was able to get this in a trade. And anyway, so I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yes.
Here's a quick summary. Named after the New Orleans bartender who first used rye whiskey in the Sazerac cocktail, this uncut and unfiltered straight rye whiskey is bottled directly from the barrel, just as it was over a century ago. Full of rich flavors, this authentic American rye whiskey is a symbol of the timeless history of New Orleans and the legacy of Thomas H. Handy. That's marketing.
There's also like a paragraph on the back too.
Yeah, and it goes into, you can read some of it. He's born in Maryland, apparently.
Yeah, a little more history on him.
Obviously was based in the French Quarter, all the New Orleans stuff.
Yep.
According to the website, many thanks for your purchase of Thomas H. Handy Sazerac. I want to put this on here.
You're welcome.
It's great because it's great. Our uncut and unfiltered straight whiskey. We are honored and humbled that last year's Thomas H. Handy won double gold at the 2020 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. So this is the next year, obviously.
Okay.
This is 2021. It's a couple years old. The glass bottle chosen for Thomas H. Handy Sazerac is designed to showcase the whiskey's dark and rich color. The black label provides a full product story and description. Every case has been hand bottled and labeled to ensure the highest quality finish. The tissue paper has been added to protect the finished package. I didn't get the tissue paper, but
It's all right.
you get it if you buy one of these from the actual distributor
Or a store
or store.
somehow.
Whole bunch of other stuff. Here are some things they included. They talk about cooking and fermentation. You can start sampling as I'm talking about all these things, by the way.
I'm definitely nosing it.
Milling screen, number 10. Cook temperature, 240 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, they get into the weeds with it, which I just think is super fascinating. Water, Kentucky limestone with reverse osmosis.
Damn right.
Fermentation, carbon steel, black iron fermenter. And the mash is considered sour.
Okay. All right.
Distillation and aging. Distillation, double distilled, beer still, and doubler. Proof of off still, 135. Barrel, new white oak, number 4 charred for exactly 5 seconds. I'm telling you, they're getting into it, man.
It's a science, man.
Barrel entry proof, 125.
That's standard for Buffalo Trace.
Barrel size, 53 liquid gallons.
Also the standard size barrel.
66.25 original proof gallons. Talks about the warehouses I, L, O, and K. 7th, 6th, and 5th floors. And this is the number I found most fascinating. 31% of the original whiskey lost to evaporation. Like, that's pretty cool.
The Angels share.
They tell you that.
Yeah.
So this is age statement of 6 years and 4 months old at bottling. A proof of 129.5. It's pretty high.
It does not drink that hot, but that's okay.
And the mash bill.
This is what I wanted to know.
So large grain and small grain. Talks about and finished grain. Minnesota rye, Kentucky corn, distiller's grade number 1 and 2, and North Dakota malted barley. Large grain is Kentucky corn.
What's the percentage?
There's not a percentage. The large grain is Kentucky corn. Small grain is distiller's grade number 1 and 2. And I think that the finished grain, it's kind of confusing how they do this.
I mean, it's a rye whiskey, so it's going to be mostly rye, but it's certainly not like a 95.5 or a 100 based on everything that you just read. Like there's other things in there. There's corn.
So this has an MSRP of $99. And
Good luck.
I want to cheers you if you found that for
Absolutely.
$99. Secondary cost, I've seen it anywhere from $450 up to $1,000,
It
depending
depends on the age.
where you're finding it.
Or like how old it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky to get it for basically $100. Can't tell you how.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to me, and cheers to you, and cheers to producer Justin for being a part of this. Tasting notes. So, John, tell us what you're getting on the nose.
So it's interesting because the nose changed. So like I nosed it a little bit, and this isn't I don't know if this is a bad thing, but for whatever reason, I got nail polish. Like right off the bat.
Yeah, okay.
But then I just tasted it a little bit while you were talking, while you were going through all your notes. And then I tried, and then I nosed it again. It's much sweeter on the nose now, which is very interesting. But like obviously you get some of the rye spice, but the nail polish is what I got right off the bat, which is really weird because I don't think I've ever gotten that note ever, but it worked.
Yeah.
Which was weird.
No, I agree with you, and I'm not gonna. I'll tell you what we're supposed to get from their website here in a second, but it is pretty pungent. It's got like this.
It is pungent.
I hate to say astringent because that's like always the term used for alcohol, but like it's like in your face. You're
And
like,
astringent's more like negative.
Right, and I mean
More
that
of a
in
negative
positive
term.
way.
Yeah. Like nail polish, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like that's what I got. Now I come back and I get more like caramel and sugary, like more sweetness on the nose after I've tried it. So
I think it is very floral too.
Okay.
I mean, I think you're getting.
Yep.
I mean, more so than I expected with a Sazerac. I mean, I guess that's maybe Sazerac's motif, but
more with not with a rye.
right.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I know what you mean.
Okay, so what you're supposed to be getting from the nose, anise and cinnamon. I don't know what anise smells like. So maybe anise smells like
Star anise.
maybe it smells like nail polish.
Is it anise like? Is that black licorice?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, now I gotta. Yeah, I don't really get that. I can see the cinnamon.
Yeah.
But I also get a little bit. I get a little bit more like the typical, like the brown sugar, the vanilla, the custard, like the sweetness.
Yeah.
Like that, but that kind of sweetness on the nose after I tried it.
What are you getting for the palate?
As I take a sip, the rye, that's right. That's prevalent. But then on the back half, pepper, like some of the like. Not really. I don't hesitate. Like not that necessarily the baking spices, but definitely some peppery to it. It's because it gives it some bite. Like it's real smooth, but then once you get to the mid and the back palate, you get some bite to it.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I already know what I'm supposed to be getting, but I think it is definitely very peppery.
Okay.
It's got a. I think what stands out the most about this, and this has been my experience with all the BTACs I've been able to try. It's such a oily, deep mouthfeel, and the initial flavor with these, I don't feel like changes. Like I'm getting that same flavor that I initially got.
Yep.
It just stays for the
just
entire
hangs
time.
out
Whereas a
forever.
lot of times you get other really good bottles or even not so good bottles, you get this amazing good flavor, changes to maybe a different flavor, and then it fades. Whereas this is a very, very consistent flavor during the entire time for me.
Yeah.
And it's got caramel. It's got some brown sugar in it. It's got pepper. It's got, I mean, like you said, the rye spices.
The rye
for
spice,
sure.
the baking spices.
Yeah, you're going to get all those. Here's what you're supposed to get. It says beautiful balance of pepper and floral notes.
Okay.
So I got the floral on the nose.
I got the pepper.
Yeah. I will say, though, that after adding the water,
That's what I need
I
to
got the nose, I got the anise, I got the black licorice a little bit better after saying that. And again, who knows? Maybe this is psychosomatic, but I think I picked up on that a lot better than on the original nose.
But the water always changes it, man. That's why we always try to add water, because it does it changes the balance and it opens up some more notes.
So are you getting anything in particular on the finish? Because I am, and now that I read that, that's of course what it is. And I'm mad I didn't say it before I read it, but
There was, the pepper's there. Say the note. I want to know.
it's peppermint or spearmint and chocolate.
Okay.
The spearmint, I think, is super obvious.
Like okay, maybe because there was something there that I couldn't put my finger on, like especially like way back palate, basically finish, and that could have been the spearmint.
I feel like
there was something there.
I feel like I just had an Altoid. Like I'm like seriously, and it's not.
That's a good call.
It's not even like the flavor. I mean, that's definitely there. It's like the freshness and like the dullness of your tongue.
It's almost it's almost the mouthfeel like after eating an Altoid.
Yes.
That's what you got.
Right
okay, I got
like I have just had an Altoid for the last 5 minutes, and now this is after the Altoid's gone.
And you just feel refreshed.
And I feel refreshed. And that's probably not what I can say to the police officer. They probably won't smell the Altoid on me. But
no.
But I feel it, and that's what it tastes like to me.
Right.
Producer Justin, give us some of your notes that you had as you were kind of going through the nose, palate, and finish.
So I'm going to start with nose. There's definitely the astringency here. So when you said nail polish, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I get that a lot of people would look at astringency as a negative, but I disagree. I think there's actually, and this is pushing the boundaries of what I know, but there is a profile of people who like this. I personally like the smell of nail polish. I think it actually smells good. I'm also the kind of person who thinks like gasoline smells good. I like that.
Oh yeah,
I love the smell of gasoline.
Okay, cool. I'm glad
and fresh cut grass.
Yes, absolutely. But there's a certain profile that just whatever the scent is or whatever hits right, and it smells good to those people.
Yeah.
So I love the smell of this. I got ethanol right off the top. Definitely the nail polish. I wouldn't have used those words, but it's definitely there. But I liked that. I did pick up a floral note. So I'm like, okay, cool. When you said like spearmint, that's when it all clicked. Oh, that's what's going on. Because and maybe it is psychosomatic. The moment, Justin, you said that, I'm like, yep, there it is. It's strong.
Yep.
The other one is, you guys called out pepper notes a lot. I wrote down a very specific thing, red pepper, because it's a little bit hotter than a standard spice.
Like black pepper.
Yeah, it's a little bit hotter than that, and that heat lingers. But it's not unattractive. It's not bad. It's not punching you in the face. It's just there.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Sazerac or whatever, but this is strong. I like this a lot.
Yeah. I should have named. Thank you. I should have named a couple of the notes that Breaking Bourbon also said for this.
Okay.
And a couple. So, all right, I'll just read them. Cherry cola and musty oak on the nose, and musty was the first word I thought of.
Musty, okay.
For sure. When you said nail polish, I was like, it smells kind of musty, but like almost like a mustiness, as if you're in a wine cellar.
Yeah.
Or you're in a distillery.
Right.
Right?
A dank basement.
Yeah, right. And I don't hate those. I don't hate the smell of that, but that is right there. And the cherry cola, now if you smell it again, knowing that, you can smell that cherry cola for sure. Oh. On the palate, light root beer, vanilla extract, oak. And on the finish, same thing. You're getting the leather, the musty oak, root beer. Yeah, I didn't get that at all, but
so that's pretty close to the anise. So like maybe like it's splitting hairs, but like
yeah. Well, let's do a rating.
That's interesting.
You get to go first.
Oh man, I got to go first. There's too much pressure. So I would like to note that like Buffalo Trace holds themselves to high standards when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
So. Case in point, like a few years ago, they did not release a GTS. So there was only 4 bottles for the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection and not a 5th because nothing they had met their standard for what they wanted to put out and put the George T. Stagg name on it, whatever. So everything they do is on purpose and it's deliberate. Mm-hmm. So I will mention like all the like loving the smell of gasoline and everything like that. So they definitely did this on purpose and and to their credit, it all works well. It just the sum of its parts are pretty good. God, I'm gonna go Stormtrooper Luke.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it. It's a solid 8. It is a little hot, as to be expected, because it's almost 130 proof. But we've had some of these where it drinks way like it might be hot or hotter, and it's lower.
Yeah.
It's smooth for whatever reason. It just masks the proof. This one doesn't. Thomas H. Handy is also the youngest of the BTACs. It's only 6 years old, and most of the other ones are upwards of 15, or 15 and older.
Yeah.
So this is the young kid of the group, but it definitely holds its own.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good score. So I think it's important to note, again, reiterate how much this is supposed to cost and how much it does cost.
It will cost.
If this cost $100,
Jesus,
this is a 9.5. This is
it's a slam dunk.
Badass fucking Luke Skywalker, without a doubt, right?
Yeah, it's a slam
I don't even know
dunk.
if we have for a 9.5, but we'll just call it. You're about to be a badass. Okay. We're demonstrating your might, Luke. Having said that, the fact that you might have to pay $500 or $400 or $900 for this,
it dampens it.
It does dampen a little bit, right? And I think that's just the nature of the BTAC line, period. And it'd be hard to taste a BTAC and be like, I got that for $1,400 and it's a 10. It better fucking be a 10 for $1,400, right?
It better be.
It better be the most amazing thing you ever tasted, and then also take you home. You know,
right?
And so,
and yeah,
and what this, you know, and everything else that's possibly implied. So, having said that, I'm going to go with, I think, a pretty solid score, which is New Hope, Luke. I think 8.5. I really love the spearmint taste to it. I love that, which is so
refreshing.
Funny. Well, I like how my whole mouth felt completely engulfed by it and affected because of it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
As opposed to when you drink like certain Kentucky owls, right? Not Kentucky.
No.
Yeah, Kentucky owls. Where it's
KOs,
where it's just like, oh, I'm just drinking freaking Listerine. I'm saying some of them taste like that.
Yeah, for sure.
People love that, and I love the effect of the mouthfeel as opposed to like you're just tasting that the entire time.
That's the predominant.
This has a lot of different complex levels to it. And so, I don't know, I'd be curious if I could try I tried that one years ago, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on at that point. I was just, cool bottle, and I drank it. So, I'm very happy with having this, and this is going to be one that I will show off to friends and family. And if this is the first drink of the night, you can have some. If you've had 6 already, you are not allowed to have it. You can drink something else and come back to this next time.
You can have something else,
We'll be hiding this from my dad, for sure. Producer Justin,
what's that bottle? Oh, it sucks. You don't want it. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to drink your infinity bottle instead.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is very good. I finished this maybe 5 minutes ago, and I still have a finish.
It's still going.
It's still going.
Yep.
To a point where I'm like, ooh, when do the legs kind of drain to the bottom so I can take another sip? It's very good. I'm price sensitive. So I like the $100 MSRP, but realistically, this is nowhere.
That will
near,
never happen.
Yeah, nowhere near worth what you guys are talking about. I'm like, no. If our listeners haven't figured this out, I'm a pretty frugal, price conscious person of like, I want the most bang for your buck, and this is not it.
Absolutely.
I would come in with that price consciousness at a 7 because I like it. I just would never pay that amount. But Justin, when you mentioned the letter that they send you thanking you and telling you, I'm like, that's a level of pretension. I've bought a lot of alcohol over the course of my life, and I've never gotten a letter thanking me for buying the alcohol.
Yep.
I bump it up to an 8. I like the pretentiousness.
When you say that,
love the pretentiousness. That's fantastic. So I need a handy, basically.
Yeah.
You get a letter with any of them, by the way. Not just a handy.
I was going to say it took us that long to get to that, but I forgot that it happened in the first 5 or 10 seconds of this episode.
Happened right off the bat. Yeah.
Well, if I don't know how better to wrap up the episode than that.
No,
so
you
if
can't.
you get yourself, a handy, you definitely should get one, and
definitely grab
it'll
it.
be worth it. Thanks, everybody.
Nerd takes.
Nerd takes.